This story takes place after you defeat the Warriors of Darkness. While in Ishgard, a knight informs you that a stranger wants to talk to you and that they'll be waiting at the Rising Stones. When you arrive, you meet Uncalail and you are joined by Urianger. They explain that a long time ago the Allagan Empire captured 3 powerful primals who were summoned by the people of Mercidia. These primals were called the Warring Triad, and these primals are sealed within Azizla. But due to King Thoradin's interference, their prisons were severely damaged, meaning that these primals will wreak havoc on Eorzea if you don't stop them. On top of that, the Garleans are looking for these primals as well. Following this, you and Uncalail get to Azizla and are joined by Urianger, Y'shtola, and Krile. Urianger and Y'shtola hold off the Garleans, while Krile and Uncalail release the first primal Sephiroth because they have the Echo as well. And you defeat Sephiroth after a tough battle. Then everyone starts to head back to the Rising Stones, but as they leave, Uncalail notices that someone is watching them, and it's regular Van Hydrus, the leader of Garlemald's 6th Legion. Hydrus and Uncalail get into a short argument about the primals and then Hydrus leaves. Then Uncalail joins everyone back at the Rising Stones. During a conversation with everyone, Uncalail mentions his master and Y'shtola asks about who is his master and how he knows so much about Allagan history. However, Uncalail ignores this question. After this, everyone splits up to do their own thing, but they regroup when the Garleans break into Azizla to steal Allagan technology. Uncalail explains that they can't let the Garleans get something called the Genesis Expression, which is a formula that would let the Garleans create something from nothing. And Urianger is confused about how they broke the magical seal, considering that Garleans can't manipulate ether. After this, everyone holds off the grunts so you can fight Hydrus, and you win. Following this, your group surrounds him and he gives up, but unfortunately he gets away. However, Krile seems injured, but she explains that Uncalail saved and stopped her from receiving further harm. Then you and Uncalail begin to leave, while Urianger, Y'shtola, and Krile create a new seal. But Urianger follows you to confront Uncalail about why did he set up today's events like this. Urianger explains that he understands that it was Uncalail's master's plan, but Urianger also states that he should have shared this plan with everyone, and that Uncalail should stop trying to do everything on his own. So Uncalail admits that he did this and apologizes. Then you 3 agree to keep this a secret from Krile. Following this, Urianger goes back to finish the seal, and you with Uncalail go back to the Rising Stones. But before you can rest, Y'shtola calls you 2 back to Azizla to face the second primal, Sophia. After this, you face Sophia, and after a tough fight, you win. Following this, you, Uncalail, and Y'shtola have a conversation where it's revealed that the Warring Triad experiments were prototypes for the Red Moon Dalamud that contained the primal Bahamut. Following this, everyone returns to Azizla to find the last primal, Zurvan. However, the Garleans are there as well, and Hydrus tells our group that some of Zurvan's thralls have woken up from stasis and are trying to release the primal, so your group teams up with Hydrus to stop the thralls. Unfortunately, in the ensuing fight, Hydrus sacrifices himself to save Uncalail and asks our heroes to defeat Zurvan. Following this, Urianger and Y'shtola leave to kill the thralls, Krile and Uncalail release Zurvan, and you finally face the final primal. And after an extremely tough fight, you win. After the fight, everyone regroups at the Rising Stones, where Uncalail reveals a couple of things. Number 1, he reveals his face. Number 2, he tells everyone that he is from the 13th, or the Void as some people call it. This is where Voidsent like Cloud of Darkness come from. Number 3, he explains that the 13th fell to darkness because of an Urusite that contained a powerful primal, corrupted the heroes that held it, leading to them consuming as much Aether as possible, drowning the world in darkness, and that Void sent all the corrupted remnants of the people who lived in the 13th. And lastly, number 4, Elidibus, the white-robed Ascian, saved him and brought Uncalio to the source, which is the dimension where most of Final Fantasy XIV's story takes place. Following this, Uncalio explains that he wants to protect the source, so with everyone's approval, he joins the Scions of the 7th Dawn. And that is the end of the Final Fantasy XIV Warring Triad storyline. With that being said, if you want to see more timeline videos like this one or video essays on your favorite video games, like, comment, and subscribe with notifications turned on. But with that being said, it's been Skips and I'm out.